Well, hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Ladies Listen Up. And actually, this is our final episode for 2022. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. We did it, y'all. We did it. I love my little calendar, right? Oh my goodness. December 31st, 2022. Man, I tell you, have we not been ups and downs and twists and turns and all the way around, rebounding from going through this COVID pandemic? And man, we have had a lot to happen in the last couple of years. But before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. I tell you, we are going to celebrate coming into the new year today, but we're going to just take a final review of all the things that we've accomplished and just giving you some tips about, how do we lay this foundation for 2023? We have been up and down and all over the place, but let me not get ahead of myself. And let me slow down and take a little bit of this ginger tea, right? Absolutely. Ooh, delicious. And it never fails to get me right here. Hope everybody is doing well. I hope we can, shake off any heaviness and just have just a good time for a couple of minutes today together, understanding and putting some things to rest from last year and setting a bright foundation for 2023. Y'all, I am so excited. I am like popping out the seams. Just can't wait to jump over there in 2023. Let's go to Grandma's Cookie Jar. Grandma's Cookie Jar have given us so many great nuggets. I've gotten so much feedback about, even if it's something that you've heard before, but something that we don't always just keep in the forefront of our mind because we're busy doing the things, right? So instead of just busy doing the things, let's set up 2023 with intention and with purpose. So let's see what Grandma's Cookie Jar have for us today, other than those cookies, right? Woo wee, I love it. Life is a playground. It really is in a state of mind. Life is a playground, and on the flip side, make and think. And we've been talking about creating our journals. We've been talking about reflecting on last year. And man, I tell you, if I sit back and I really, really reflect on last year, man, I get excited all over again. Some of the things that we have accomplished, some of the things that, getting the channel up and just, kind of up and running and giving out the great information, higher level information so that we can start to move forward. Time is just tick, 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 ticking away. And when we look back, we say, okay, what did I really accomplish? So I look back at a couple of things, I have to first and foremost say, I have grandbabies, two identical twin grandbabies, new and fresh this year, right? Man, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So just look at some of the things that we have been able to accomplish. So I'll look at myself personally. We talked about asset diversification all along the way, right? Asset diversification meaning, and if you haven't taken your journal and wrote down the list of different assets that we're looking and that we're creating together in the Smart Money Circle Club, go back and start revisiting some of those earlier videos where we talked about the lessons, the workshops, when we started going or gravitating more into asset diversification and, growing money and really understanding what we think about money, right? And one of the accomplishments, throughout growing asset diversification was getting into the cryptocurrency, right? It's one of the awards that I won for getting into cryptocurrency and helping other people to understand and to grow their cryptocurrency, right? Because we know that this is the revolution, right? And either you understand it or we get lost in it because crypto is coming, crypto is out here, and what better way than to connect yourself with a group of people that are going in the same direction, understanding, earning while we're learning, right? And we talk about that over and over, and we don't mind helping other people. As a matter of fact, we want you to get in contact with us so that you can become a part of this crypto revolution. You look around, the Bitcoin machines are popping up in the restaurants, the gas stations. There's something going on, right? We talked about, cryptocurrency. We talked about gold and silver being one of our asset classes, right? We talked about 10 different asset classes. We reviewed and talked about why it's important to diversify your assets, meaning why is it important to have some monies over here in cryptocurrency, some monies over here in real estate, some monies over here, even if you're still working a 9 to 5, that money, if you do a correct budget, that money can start to fuel some of the other projects that you have. And if you get into a good platform like some of the platforms that we use, then that'll be able to help you also to put more money into whatever your vision and to fuel that vision. We talked a lot about, we did a 4-part series on journaling and why it's important to journal, right? So no matter if you take a big journal, or if you take a little journal, right, which I do both, do multiple journals, and whether you open it up and just start to, categorize it and, set yourself up. So set yourself up for the big win, right? You want to make sure that we do that as well. What are some of the other wins for the year? Because you know what? I think it's so important to focus on the positive and not on the negative, because there are things that can hold you back. I talk about the accident, right? That just changed my world, turned me and flipped me upside down. Now I could have chose to sit in a corner, or as I was told, to sit in a wheelchair, right? Or I could get up and I can do what I need to do every day to make things better, right? So, or the other accomplishment, I understand how important it is to get up every day with a specific schedule, meaning that you get up, you get your water in. These are things that I do, right? Successful people do. They have habits. They have success habits, right? Make sure I educate myself every day. I'm pouring new information in, right? And these are the things that, like, what do we say? Before 12 o'clock. Oh, hold on. I have to make sure that I show you all my energy plan as well. Life Force Energy Plan. Had this for a long time. And what does it say? The Life Force Energy Plan. Number one, get up, meditate, and pray. That gives you spiritual energy. Number two, exercise and eat. Gives you physical energy. Y'all, I'm still working on the eating part, right? Hugs, kisses, and laughs. That gives you your emotional energy. Everything is about energy, right? Plan and calendar. Mental energy. A place for you to, remember we talked about your journals, right? To dump so you can have a clear mind, a clear brain. And then lead generator if you're working on your business. And this is all by noon every day. Isn't that something? So that's one of the things that I keep right here beside me so that I can remind myself to do these things. Also, one that I have over here on the board here, let me grab this one too. This is one that I would love to reshare. I talked about the 5 characteristics of good work ethic. And when you're talking about good work ethic, you're not just talking about good work ethic as far as your business, but you're also talking about it for your personal as well. So being reliable, that establishes trust with people. Being dedicated, again, establishing trust, which is very important. Being productive, right? So productivity. So that means making sure that we're not just doing busy work, but we're doing work that is producing, right? That we are in cooperation, because there's people that we can connect with that can help us to achieve our goals, and then people that you can help to achieve your goals. Because if we're in a boat, I say it all the time, and everybody's rowing in the same direction, everybody's doing what? Everybody is rowing. I mean, everybody is working, but guess what? There are people in that boat that's not rowing and that's just sitting back and not rowing. Man, that's going to be some weight to carry, more energy that you're going to expel rowing that boat. So you want to make sure that your associations are good. And also character. You want to have amazing, impeccable character. So if somebody ever accuses you of anything, guess what? The benefit of the doubt is weighed in your favor, because this is your habit. This is what you do constantly, consistently. What else do we want to talk about? We want to talk about and as I'm listing some of the things that I've been able to accomplish, overcome, that I've been able to work through, guess what? You can do the same thing. And I'm asking that everybody gets a challenge, that everybody grab your notebook and write this stuff down, because it's very important. Let's go over to the books, right? If you have a book in your head and you want it to be read, grab your journal, right? Grab your journal and start mapping it out. Map out what it is that you are, what is your concept? What are you thinking? What type of a book is it? Is it a how-to book? Is it like I did an aquarium book, right? Because this is really documenting your life's journey. And as you go back and you start reading the pages, man, it's like, oh wow, that's really amazing. So again, this is the last series in our journaling series, because we've already went over, we've talked about the different types of journaling, the benefits of journaling. I think we have beat this horse, right? talked about all of the things that you can accomplish when you start writing things down and putting them in paper, putting them on paper, and then making sure that you do it in a systematic way so that you're setting a great foundation. I wish we could have did a Q&A session. Then you could have asked me questions about journaling, because it's been very, very helpful for me, because like I said, all the injuries that I sustained in that accident, I had to put up some safeguards to help me continue to be successful and to understand that you have to do things in moderation and in balance. They are started to come on in one of my big old fluffy house coats to say, you know what, self-care is important as well. So as we're working through doing the things and the more things, we want to make sure that we focus on self-care. And so, like I said, with the book, it was something that was a desire of me, and I am just so excited that I finally got them done, right? And it wouldn't have got done had I not taken my journal and started writing out the different recipes for a smoothie time, writing out those different recipes and saying, this is good stuff. I'm sharing it with people. They're loving the taste of it. So it's like, okay, what you do that is easy for you. I'm not gonna say it was easy, but more simple for you to do, and it's hard or difficult for somebody else to do, that's your gift. So lean into your gift. I want to make sure that I am of encouragement to everybody, because what I can do, I'm no different than you. What I have accomplished, you're able to do the same thing. And I'm still reaching higher and higher and higher, wanting to go further and wanting all of us to succeed, because there's room enough for all of us at the top, right? Going through the daddy-daughter dynamic, same thing. Mapping out an outline of the chapter, writing what my thoughts were. Like some people say, how do I get started? You get started by grabbing a blank sheet of paper, I say in your book, because guess what? Even when you're working through teasing out an idea or a thought, if you're writing it down, you can write it into one book and transfer it into its main book. But those ideals, those thoughts, it only takes one successful thought for us to be successful. It only takes one. But how many do we have all day long? And so for me, I'm very creative. So it's challenging for me to stick with and stay with one idea, because I'm creative. Here goes this right brain, steady, 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 roaring, 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 doing more, doing more, doing more, right? But slow it down a little bit. Whew, take a deep breath. Sometimes it's a good idea even to take like a 5 minute break. Put your head back for 5 minutes, right? Close your eyes, don't let nothing in. One time I was sitting there, I was meditating, and I said, you know what? Man, just meditating, my brain is going like Grand Central Station. How do I slow it down? Well, there are techniques to learn how to meditate, and that really does help you to calm down, and it helps you to get a better outcome in whatever that you're doing. So I just wanted us to kind of go a year in review. We've done a lot this year, as far as, programs and helping us to diversify our assets, but it's up to each one of us to find out what's important to us and what is it that you want to get accomplished, writing out and mapping out those steps of where you want to go and how you're going to get there. Who are the players? What are the tools, and what writing out a roadmap, right? A plan of action, if you will. And that will help you to get there. So I just wanted to have a light conversation today to say, hey, we made it 2023. And guess what? To 2023, right? Through 2022. So we made it to 2023. You all, the countdown tonight. Make sure that you be safe and that you have dumped everything you needed to dump so that you can go into 2023 with a fresh mind and a fresh start. I am so excited because I know there are so many great things that are going to come of 2023. So I think that was everything. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you all. And we do the countdown tonight, right? Yay! Countdown to 2023. Don't forget, you all, like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. If you still need to get your journals, look down in the description box and click on that button. Get your journals. You can get them by the case, or you can get them individually. Make sure you get those journals and the little tabs, and let's have fun creating what we can create for this year. All right, listen, learn, leverage the information. I'll see you all next year, 2023. You all have a safe and wonderful new year. Bye for now, and stay fearless.